Greetings and salutations, friends, and welcome to the season finale of Season 2 of The Rings of Power. And yes, 3 more seasons are greenlit. Don't worry, there'll be plenty more of this, where we get riveting scenes such as, are you some kind of Gandalf? Yes.
Just the fact that what they told us that, oh no, this isn't Gandalf. Everyone knew that it was Gandalf. Started out with, oh, thank you, Grand Elf. Oh, Grand Elf. Oh my god, that sounds nice. Tom fucking Bombadil is just like, now what's your name? Also, congratulations on finding your fancy stick. I'm like, thanks, Tom Bombadil.
He's some kind of Gandalf now. And he's only Gandalf because his stick finds him, mind you. He did not find Stick. Stick found him, because that's how Stick works.
They're trying to pull a whole-ass Harry Potter thing. I guess it's like, oh, the wand chooses the witch or wizard, and it's like, no. Hush now. Please, it's enough. Stop.
That's how it is, and it worked out exactly like you'd think. He goes to the little half-wits, who aren't being attacked at all, weirdly enough. The Dark Wizard is just there like, hey, I was sent here by you, apparently, to fight Sauron. Which does not make a whole lot of sense, and that's not how the wizards were sent to Middle-earth, nor were the wizards sent to Middle-earth this early either, as the wizards were sent specifically to fight against Sauron. At this point, the Valar would still have no idea that Sauron was around. Like, he hasn't really done anything yet to get on their radar. But no, apparently they sent the wizards, and he's not a blue wizard, he's a black wizard. Black is bad wizard now. Apparently he didn't take that name, though. It was just given to him. I don't know why. He kills a dude. I don't know why. There's a lot of I don't know why in this episode, honestly.
It's just a lot of bullshit thrown together, because when they introduce the episode, they're just showing clips of everything that happened through season 2, and we're just like, oh yeah, that happened. Oh right, I forgot about you. Huh, okay. And after that, we go to the Durins back in Khazad-dûm, and, you know, King Durin is using everyone's favorite mining tool, the fucking battering ram. The mining battering ram to dig further into the mine. And after a few good hard pushes with that battering ram, he finds a nice large cavern full of mithril veins and all that. Then the Balrog wakes up. And then, you know, after being whipped by the Balrog, pulled about a couple inches, King Durin decides, you know what? I'm gonna take off my ring, and I'm going to fight the Balrog with just my axe. So then his little legs pushes himself off of the cliffside, and then he dies.
Which apparently writes the Balrog neatly out of the script again, as it just goes away. They break in there, they awaken the Balrog, the Dwarf King throws himself at it, dies, guaranteeably, and then the Balrog just goes away. Why? Was it inconvenient now that it was in the script? Was it not supposed to show up yet? Is it showing up now going to ruin the entire storyline? Yeah, kinda. So it just stops. It just ends being around. And now Durin apparently has a brother, Durin the Younger, who's arguing with him about his right to rule as well. And all the other dwarf lords are like, I'm king now.
Yeah, because apparently Durin wasn't King Durin's first pick to be, you know, ruler of Khazad-dûm. But as far as I remember, Durin is just a name that gets passed down to whoever, because it is believed that Durin gets reincarnated into another dwarf, and then they are the next ruler. But, you know, details and all that.
I mean, it's not impossible that he has a brother, I guess. It's weird that this is brought up now. Especially as Disa too was like, you've got to take away your father's power. You got to do a coup on him. You didn't think about the brother at that point? That didn't cross anybody's mind? It's just the last of the long line of weird things as well. Like the Dwarven army, which doesn't show up to help the elves, isn't actually deployed against the Balrog or anything. It isn't sent to arrest the king. It just stands by whilst Durin goes down there and does this nonsense himself, so it could just have marched to Eregion. In fact, it ends up marching to Eregion without Durin anyway. Like, it was just a waste of time.
It's like Khazad-dûm didn't do too much besides, the king killing himself, essentially. Adisa saying, hey, I got other shit to worry about. But the dwarf army went out and, at the very last minute helped the elves over in Eregion before they got absolutely slaughtered by the orcs and everything. So they were useful, I guess.
Yet again, the week-long's march from the one place to the other was taken care of in about 5 whole seconds. Once again. Because distance is irrelevant. Utterly and completely irrelevant. It's just the script doing whatever the script requires it to do. This can also be seen in the orcs, because the orcs are on Sauron's side now, and there is no indication as to why the orcs are on Sauron's side. Glug just shows up in the tower, sees Sauron, goes like, hey, you Sauron? He's like, yeah, okay. I guess we're on your side now. Like, he doesn't talk to them, he doesn't bribe them, he doesn't trick them, and this is the whole thing, right? Because they were like, oh, he's brought your army here, Adar, he's gonna take control of your army, you can't do this. Like, but how? How did he take control of the army? It just happens. All of the orcs agree, by the way. All of the orcs simultaneously just get this software update beamed into their brains, like, we've changed leadership now.
It's so stupid, and it's like, okay, they expect us to have like an emotional connection with Glug and everything because he's the orc that wants to just raise his family with his wife and his little glugling, and it's like, oh, he fought against Sauron, he didn't want to betray you, Lord Father, blah 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 blah, and he's like, it's too late. No, it's not too late. No, it's too late. Stabs him. Like, okay, are we supposed to sympathize with Glug because he, did what an orc does? No, I don't give a shit about Glug or his little glugling.
And again, it comes out of nowhere. It's yet another thing where Sauron doesn't actually do anything, and the script just hands him the victory for reasons unbeknownst to anyone. Like, the orcs have no reason to betray Sauron. Sauron is not in a position of power. He doesn't have his own army. He doesn't even have the rings. He doesn't even have the elven rings. He has nothing. So what has changed? Why were the orcs more than happy to stab him the first time, and now they don't wanna? Like, what is the damn point? Is it because he was crying? Is it because he was a bit weepy there? They felt sympathy for him?
I don't know. It's just, I don't know. It's like the only thing that Sauron really did was get into a pointless sword fight with Galadriel and shoot Celebrimbor with arrows from like 5 feet away. That's all he really did.
Again, he's actually hasn't done much this entire series. He just exists, and the script writes him into being successful for whatever reason it needs at that point in time. Now he has the 9 rings, but he doesn't have the elven one, so I guess he's gonna go and forge the 1 ring now, and I don't even know what they're gonna do from now on. Because in Numenor, they've rounded up all the faithful, which is also retarded, because they declare that Sauron has returned, which Corferon probably knows because he was touching the Palantir, probably. Okay. And all of the faithful are rounded up. Nobody really bothers about this. Nobody cares. Nobody raised any protest. And again, this isn't a universe where you know God is real. You know the Valar are real. They are observably real. They've fought on your side. You have their shit still. You know they're real. And it's like, oh, the Valar were actually on Sauron's side. How? What? How? None of this makes any sense. And again, it undermines the entirety of Sauron's identity as the great manipulator, because he's not actually manipulating anyone. It's all just kind of falling into place by itself.
I accidentally muted my microphone. Jesus Christ. Anyways, it's like I don't know why they, introduced Sauron at the very beginning of the show. Essentially, if he's gonna do a whole lot of nothing, it would have been a lot nicer and made a little bit more sense if we seen a little bit of seeds of doubt and manipulation with Sauron and everything off screen. Just a little bit of, something doesn't seem right. Introduce him in season 2, and then everything with Eregion maybe starting at the end of season 2. They don't have to shoehorn everything in all at once, because Eregion has fallen. Celebrimbor is dead. What are they going to do now? Are they going to spend the last 3 seasons meticulously going through the creation of the One Ring?
I mean, I guess they have to, because it's the fall of Durin's folk, which the Balrog just decided to not bother, so I guess they need to come up with some plot line for why the Balrog is all of a sudden bothering with the dwarves. Sauron crafting the ring, and the elves building their house back, I guess. I'm supposing that'll be the fall of Numenor will be like the next grand focus, and then maybe the fall of the dwarves, and then the forging of the rings, and they'll somehow squeeze another 3 season out of this desecrated corpse of a television show.
I honestly don't know what else they can do, because it's like they've already thrown together things that happen in the second and the third age. So it's like, what else are they going to bastardize? What else are they going to absolutely fuck up? And how much from the Peter Jackson films are they going to try to make little callbacks to? It's like, I'm just gonna guess this now. There's going to be one scene where now confirmed fucking... fuck, my brain. I forgot names. See, this is what the show does. I can't think anymore. There's gonna be one scene where Gandalf is just gonna stand his ground and be like, you shall not pass for something, just because it's like, oh my god, he said the thing, remember? No. I don't care. Please stop. Please see.
I mean, they've given Gandalf his name now. They've invented an opponent for him, so I guess you could battle him for a little while. Are they gonna make him into Saruman? The Dark Wizard becomes the White Wizard, or some such dumbass nonsense.
Oh my god,
that's another callback. Yep, that's another callback. He kills somebody, becomes the White.
I wouldn't be surprised. Like, okay, hold on, because we've seen Dude's little staff and everything, and his staff kind of looks like his, because I was looking at the other wizards. He sure as shit ain't one of the blue wizards. He's not the red wizard. He has to be Saruman.
Yeah, his stick does look a tiny bit like Saruman stuff. And they're gonna have to kill off the Entwives, because they're gonna need to explain that too. Like, every bit of mystery just needs to be dragged out of the soil and beaten to death in this television show. That is the entire purpose of its existence, to ruin as much of the Lord of the Rings as humanly possible. That is the only reason why this television show has been funded. It's bad.
It really is. It's like, once we start seeing like production photos and trailers and just even whispers of what's gonna happen with season 3, we're just gonna be eternally disappointed anyway. We just gotta grit our teeth and bear it.
It's just a really bad show. The only good thing about it is that it has tapped a lot of money out of Amazon and somehow is going to continue to drain cash out of their wallets. For that, if nothing else, I am grateful.
As soon as the series is over, it's gonna be memory hold so hard.
I don't know, it'll be difficult to forget an insult quite this large.
I mean, I think my guess is probably gonna be season 5's gonna air, everyone's gonna forget after a couple months, and then Amazon is gonna quietly tuck it away in a deep, dark crevice where no one else can find it.
We can but hope.
I mean, has there even been any, like, physical releases for this show at all? It's like, yes, I get it, it's an Amazon show, but you would think season 1 would be released on, like, DVD or something at this point. I haven't seen any, like, oh, get your Rings of Power Collector's Edition today for $300-something.
I don't actually know. I do know that they tried to sell some merchandise for a brief moment, but swiftly gave up because nobody wanted it.
Okay, hold on, let's see. They do have a Rings of Power disc set. You can get the Rings of Power CD set, 10 CDs for $188.
Wow.
Or you can get Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power Season 1 for $22.99.
Well, that is definitely a steal, but it's Amazon stealing from you, I'm afraid.